this week's episode of Word Up. We'll have a really good episode for you this week, very special as well, because we're going to be doing a new and different segment called Queers Around the Corner, where we're going to answer
What
all
did you
your...
call us? Cheeky bastards.
Welcome to Show Word
some
Some
word
Love.
Over you.
Yes. Show Word Some Love. Show some love. Word Up. Show some...
Word love.
Show some word love. I love that.
Gorgeous.
That is so cute. Do you know, I have to say this at the start of this episode because I was so touched
Have we started yet?
by my local priest. I'm only joking. This Kurt, you know the wee...
You know that sentence means something different.
I was so touched by my local priest. Yeah.
Oh, I think, was it a joke? Was it a joke? Are you
No, it
should
was
be,
a joke. I just threw that in there.
You should be a comedian.
Do you think so?
Yeah, you are. You're reasonably funny.
Reasonably. These people that Kurt was working in their house, and they are awesome. They were watching. He said he walked in and the podcast was on. He was like, "That's really cool. Like, I can hear your voice, but it's also freaking me out because I can hear you in someone else's house." And I have. Where's my wee piece of paper?
It's in the box.
It's in the box. Yes.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? I think of Brad Pitt. But yes, Ricky, Shauna, and their wee son Alfie. So whenever Kurt went in yesterday, they gave him this big box of like stuff, like Easter eggs for the kids, aka me, and this, right? And it says on it, this is actually delicious. This is my new favourite energy drink.
Oh.
It's apple flavour. It's almost like the fucking know me. And
What's
it
it
says 100% petrol, and they've wrote, and they get and an e-cig.
That is really
And it says
thoughtful.
on it, "Thanks for keeping shit real and keep her lit." And then it
That
says
is
poverty
so-
bar.
That is so sweet.
Isn't that adorable?
That is so sweet.
Do you know?
I love you.
Do you know who was? Do you know who was also saying about watching the podcast and kind of like replying to you? We were talking about it this morning in our office because we've had this crossover in terms of our lives, thanks to you actually.
Yeah.
But we have hired one of your friends, Aoife, one of your best friends, Aoife, and she says when she listens to either of our podcasts, but mostly when she listens to yours, she'll find herself being like, "Ah, yeah, I know, aren't we a gag?" And you're on her Alexa or whatever.
Yeah, and just talking away, she thinks she can chat back to you. So she's like, yeah. And then the worst part about it is, like, I tell tales, I tell stories. And then afterward, I go, she loves me. She'll forgive
she'll
me.
be fine.
It'll be okay.
Well-
what is it they call it? The statute of limitations.
Oh, yeah.
Is up on a lot of things.
You can speak sort of very generally. We in our podcast, so we have a podcast called Show Some Love Live.
Show some love live.
You can search it on all podcaster, all the platforms.
Show some love. If you haven't checked it out already, please do. It is fucking brilliant. I don't even watch my own podcast, but I do like Show Some Love.
Well-
I've started watching this podcast though. I've been trying to be more like, on the ball and rewatching things and going. And Sean's so good. Like, he's such
Oh,
a
you
good
started
kid.
to watch this one?
Yeah, I've started to watch me.
Did you never watch it?
You're a guy. You're so casual. I love it. We're like obsessive.
I hate myself. I can't watch it back because I'm like,
Oh.
look at all your chins, bruh.
So together we watch ours at least twice.
Do you?
At least twice. And the first time we watch it just because we want to watch it and we want to interact
notes.
with it as kind of a sort of a casual listener or watcher. And then the second time we'll make the notes. So we'll list who we talk about. So for anyone that doesn't know, we run a charity and a social enterprise and we do lots of stuff in the city. And
Tell
the
us about the
podcast.
greenhouse. I'm so excited because I feel like even though I haven't get fucking down and I'm useless, I feel like following it online and watching everything that like I'm a part of it and I want to be a part of it. Do you know what I mean? It's like this is happening. Like this is the best thing.
It's
mad
everything that we've been working towards for all the years. For years, we didn't really know how to make it happen. We didn't know what the crack was and never had the funding. We didn't have the opportunities, but we've always been working towards a space like this and to have a space in the city centre. It's a couple of doors up from Granny Annie's. It's an amazing opportunity, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got to kind of throw a lot of shit at the wall just before you see what sticks. And we've tried loads of things and it's been like quite an organic process. But we had a long-term goal, and we think we aren't going to say we've done it. You've never done it. Do you know what I
You're
mean?
always
just
doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But Greenhouse has just been so far just like we've found this like hidden gem of a building in the city centre. We have turned it into an old from an old solicitor's office. It is now this like gorgeous, colourful, creative space. We have hired 2 new members of staff. One of whom is who we've talked about loads.
Is the best
both
gal
with
in
you.
the world, and she is
Totally.
like so passionate because we were sitting talking about this, and she was really like, I really want to do it, but you know, I'm in my job now, and I was like, go for it. This is what
Thank you.
would and you want to be doing. She was like, I know, it's just. You know, whenever
scary.
it's scary to take that leap. And then she was talking the other day, and she said something really lovely. What was it? The way she phrased it, and it was just a throwaway thing. And she went, "We're all in it, like we're all there, and we are down about this."
We?
So like
that makes
she
me
was
so
going,
happy.
she was going like, if you're not giving it 100%, she was saying about your attitude. She was like, their attitudes are, if you're not here to give it 100%. Get the fuck off the boat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? She was like, because we're all here because you know we want to do this. It's brilliant. And I was like, I really want to be part of this. Like I get goosebumps. Like I want to go down and be
totally.
fucking
There's
in there. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
There's loads of opportunities. So it's it's an art centre, it's a community share space, it's a sustainable fashion hub, it's all of the other bits. But sort of unexpectedly for us, it's also a venue.
Yeah.
And it was actually
An events
Sean
venue.
then coming in and going, oh, there's a real need for like small, but also really light and airy and gorgeous venues in Belfast. Yeah, it doesn't really exist. So there's sort of, it seems like the Ulster Sports Club, and we love the Ulster Sports Club, but it seems like they do all of the gigs of that size.
Yes.
Or there's like a
there's a waiting list.
a basement or whatever. There's a waiting list. You know, there's a whole sort of process to that. For us, we're just really excited to be able to have a space that we can have everywhere from workshops or creative writing bits or God knows what else, straight through to big, dirty, sexy, sweaty raves.
Yes. Oh
know?
my God. It can just be everything that we want, that we need it to be.
Yeah.
It's like we need a fucking youth club for adults.
Yes.
It's exactly that.
Do you know what I
like,
mean? Yeah.
Exactly
Like
that.
where is my youth club? Do you know what I mean?
It's a refound youth club.
Yes, I love it. Like
I love
the
that.
millennials are making everything that they just wanted in their youth. Do you know what I mean?
There's something really magic about being able to come up with something. Now, we've got loads of ideas and a gazillion notes on all of our phones of like things that we want to do and things that we might put together and things that if we had some money for or if we had the right person for, we could make work. But things like that, now that you're like, let's do a refound youth club.
Yeah.
So you say youth club, you say refound youth club, and we're like, fuck it, let's schedule that for next month.
Yeah.
You know, like
drop in Wednesdays. Do you know what I mean?
And then a place too.
Are
that,
you lonely? Find it hard to make friends in your adulthood because you just hate people.
Yes.
But also kind of realize that you want to hang out with people so you don't kill yourself.
Yes.
Why don't you drop down to the greenhouse? Those in glass houses should never throw stones, baby.
Do you know, can we have that audio? We're going to put it
That's
over.
our advert.
That'll be our ad. And you've just did the voice work for free.
Yeah,
but
fucking
you've been on our podcast before. You've been on a podcast before talking about sobriety. And there's also just not enough events or spaces where it's not that we're alcohol free. We'll have lots of opportunities for people to get wrecked and bring their own and all the rest of it. But for people to also just have a coffee. You know, if you go somewhere, like for us, if we're working the next night, but we really want to go to a gig and we really love a band or whatever, I'm like, God, I would love to have a coffee. But
Then you ask the bar and they go,
yeah. Or the machine's off, or you're
one
walking.
of these ones.
You're in a you're somewhere like the Balmoral, and they've got the wee sort of hotel-y coffee cup, so you have to then walk around with a wee.
A wee
Cup and
tiny,
saucer.
and it's like a fucking one shot and it's gone. It's like, no, I didn't ask for a shot of coffee. Do you know what I mean?
exactly.
It's just I want a big meaty fucking coffee.
Or it costs
Yes.
you $5 for like a glass bottle of mixer.
Yeah.
Basically,
Oh my
'cause
God.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're
It's crazy.
literally, you could have brought your own. Well, do what I
Yeah.
do. I'm still a scumbag. I don't even drink anymore to still bring my own drinking. I'm like, bring a wee can of Jack
you're-
Coke. Fucking,
Now
do you
you're
know
just
what I mean?
you're just drinking your, what did you say it was called? Petrol or something?
Carabao, yeah, energy drink, green apple.
I love that you said-
sugar free.
It's actually really nice. Because I seen it sitting on the table when I came in, and I was like, "Oh my God, Bronagh is
it
off
looks
the
toxic,
wagon!"
doesn't
Like,
I'm off the wagon. I know
No
it's-
sugar, just chemicals.
I got like, just all the chemicals in the world. Yeah, there's actually, I'll have you know, there's pantothenic acid
Oh, that's good for you.
Some sort of acid.
Yes.
Niacin, vitamin B6, B12, B okay.
That
after
is
you drink
good.
this.
It's
It's
an
really good.
antioxidant.
Yeah.
Well,
It's bubbles.
Has anybody noticed since Brexit, right? I just want to put this out there, that there isn't as many bubbles in the fairy liquid.
oh, stop it.
I'm only joking you. I just wanted to blame
theories.
Brexit on something else. No, me and my dad were talking about it in the car this morning, and he was like,
And is
She's
that one?
fancy. She gets branded washing up liquid.
we don't get biscuits that aren't
No.
branded. We have real taxis in the house.
But I noticed.
always think that.
I noticed though it's not. So you're not actually using Ferry, the brand. You're using Ferry Up, the Belfast,
Hurry up. Like
the Belfast bubbles.
I didn't realise until I was in my 20s that
Same.
it isn't actually called.
Same. My ma used to get that. I swear, for some reason, I have zero relationship with my immediate family, and I don't give a fuck about them.
Fuck them
But there's
fuckers.
something about sitting on this podcast. I think it's that
You've
biscuit
got
story.
major Ma vibes, I think.
Maybe
that's
In
what
a
it
good
is.
way.
Major man!
She used to buy. So she
Get
used
up
to.
those fucking stairs and shine your shoes.
You hear me, Bravin?
Sorry.
But she used to buy Ferry Up liquid, and then she would put the cheap stuff. I think this is just a Belfast math thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you'd buy the branded bottle, you'd have that by your sink. This is crazy stuff, and then you would put the
Decant
cheap
it.
shit. You would decant the on-branded into it because
And
you
I bet
wouldn't.
you the bastard didn't even let you take the empty one out to squirt people in the street with a squirty bottle because she'd go, no, I don't want people to know we haven't bought this.
Yeah,
The brand.
yeah. Or you'd take it off. You know,
Take the sticker off.
Yeah, you
Or
take the
know what I mean?
sticker
what
off.
used to rack me is like going in and the diluted hand wash.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I don't mind if it's for like the last
Yeah,
wee bit because
yes.
you just haven't been to the
But
shops.
see, when
but-
you push it down, it's just water comes
and it
out.
just goes all over your
There you go.
clothes.
Like,
I swear they did that with that is probably Brexit, but they did that with hand sanitizer, and I've used
Yes.
another few products in
I've
public
noticed it doesn't even
spaces,
really get you as drunk anymore.
and that's why you don't drink anymore.
Stick with
why
us
the-
for other money saving
That's
tips.
why they turned. I know, another news. They had to turn that's why the hospital gets foam now. Because there
people
were
drinking it.
alcoholics that were drinking it.
Oh my god, really?
Were drinking.
Wow.
Did you know it's steak and blowjob day today?
Oh,
Joking.
have we never
joking.
talked about this before?
No.
This is how I think about straight people. So that they sit all year. We've talked about it, I'm sure, on the Show Some Love Live podcast. But
Show some love.
but this is how I think about straight people, that they sit all year just waiting to get their dick sucked.
One day a year.
And
Bless
and one day a year, their wife's like, right, stick it in my mouth.
Get it out.
Like, are you?
and then
looking
go and
forward to
make me
going
a
home?
steak afterwards.
I've only got beef strips in the fridge. Does it count?
Beef strips and a lick.
Well, if you say beef strips and you're referring to your wife, you'll get a black eye. You do know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I was
stop.
going to make like a stroganoff or something.
Oh,
Oh,
are you
wow.
strong enough for the stroganoff? So that's stroganoff and suck it for 2 seconds
but yes.
tonight. Yeah.
On a
We
diet, we're slimming.
I wouldn't do the steak, but I'll have double
I
blowjobs.
sent Curtis a message this morning and was just like, I'll eat the steak. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm the steak maker. It's steak and blowjob night for me.
So you
Fair enough.
eat the steak and you also get the
I
blowjob.
get the
Isn't it
blowjob
every day for you,
every
though?
day for
Yeah.
me, every morning. That's usually coffee and clit morning.
Wow, wow.
But yeah, steak and blowjob night. That must be. Do you think there are people?
No. Oh well. Do you know?
I don't know. People kind of really enjoy adhering to those holidays sometimes.
Well, they-
It's like their wee excuse to go, oh, we're about to get wild tonight, darling.
stop
You know,
it.
Yeah, a couple of glasses of Chardonnay.
A little bit of fellatio.
Oh, no,
went to
sorry,
bed-
I'm terrible.
We had sex the other day and it wasn't even missionary, if you know what I'm saying.
Sorry, I just made a terribly bad faux pas.
Why?
It's steak day. It wouldn't be Chardonnay.
Steak day,
It would be Cabernet.
Well, it's
You
it's
wouldn't have a white
Chardonnay.
with red meat. For shame.
It's not Chardonnay. It's Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay. You pack of shunts.
Stop it.
So for anyone
Sorry,
that
Kath and Kim reference.
yeah, a sort of mid-90s Australian drama
Chardonnay.
reference. So for any guys out there, mostly guys, you're
it.
welcome. So steak and blowjob day. Do you know? It never struck me that people don't suck dick. Like, I kind of guess that straight men, mostly don't put dicks in their mouths. But I remember I travelled with a girl, and she was real like Miss World kind of level looking, very sort of proper, real sort of princessy, but really wonderful person. You know who I'm talking about.
I thought you were about to turn around there and say she sucked a wonderful dick.
No, so well, as part of the kind of conversation, because I've always been sort of very open about that stuff, very sex positive and all the rest of it. As part of that conversation, she went with someone and we were talking about their bits or whatever, and she then let me know. I can remember the moment, like we were sitting in a park having this lovely picnic, and she says, "Oh no, I don't suck dicks," and I was like, "What? What? I couldn't even. I couldn't even
no
begin.
meat on a Friday.
No, she is stunning. It's stunning privilege. But she's like a cock vegan.
Yeah.
She doesn't suck. She doesn't put a cock in her mouth.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry, the rest of that joke I think happened in our
Yeah,
heads.
that totally did. We're still there. A good Catholic doesn't eat meat on a Friday. Yeah.
just fish.
Ever. Yeah, Tuesday.
Wow.
No, like ever.
Ever.
Oh.
She doesn't.
She's like a pillow princess, only like
What
a
does that
straight
mean?
one.
Yeah.
You know, pillow princesses that like don't do any work, like and they just
lay back
they
in
just
the
lay
sleep.
back and enjoy it. That's me. I'm a pillow princess.
So many interesting words to learn about in this podcast,
yeah.
Bronagh. I do
Speaking of
enjoy the
words.
education.
Speaking of words, right? I think that your friend, Miss World, was being rather spurious.
Spurious.
Oh, I know this word. How do I know
was like,
it?
I love my brick.
So
I know this word.
Have I heard it in con? Yeah. How?
Right. So
how have
I
heard it
would
before?
say that you could say the majority of page 3 models are rather spurious looking.
Oh, I hadn't got it at all. Then
Or-
I thought it was something else.
like demure.
Is it like kind of exhibitionism? That
It's
sort
a
of-
derogatory. If you're using it derogatively, you could say, you know, oh, she's a spurious cunt.
That's the word I had attached to it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, but I didn't know why.
So it's like fake.
Ah,
You know, something that isn't real, something that is quite
like shallow.
pretentious. It's a lie. You know. So whenever I say I think your friend was being, I'm like, does she never do that? How does she know she doesn't like it? Did she do it and realize she didn't like it?
I think what had probably happened was she did it and then someone did that fucking thing that like some people love but like a lot of people really don't like, where they're just like, I'm going to shove it in the back of your throat. Sorry, this is
Head grabbing.
This is an 18 plus experience here.
Always,
But I
anyway,
think
if you're
that-
watching, if your mother's letting you watch this and you're under the age of 16, she's very irresponsible.
Because-
Hi kids, what's Greg?
but that that's something that a lot of people don't register is actually really, you know, it's a form of sexual violence. It's not incredible. It's without consent and all the rest of it. Maybe that had happened to her,
That's
you
how I
know,
got
and
my
then she just
first
thought,
tonsillectomy.
but she just thought, I don't want to do that anymore. Maybe it scared her, or like you're saying, maybe she's just very privileged. Maybe she's just stunning. She's like, well,
Yeah.
I don't need to suck no fucking dick.
But do you know what? Like, speaking of sucking dicks, what made me think of the word spurious was because it's like fake, not genuine, right? So it can be lots of different things. You can refer to somebody as spurious, or like I was looking at designer clothes today, and I was like, they were secondhand, like of course, and I was thinking, I wonder if that's spurious, right? I just go for the spurious one because there's no point in having real designer clothes in West Belfast because nobody's going to, like,
I
see if
think
you walk
that-
about with a real Louis Vuitton bag, everybody's going to go, she's just been to Gran Canaria.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
nobody. Paddy was talking about this because he does a whole thing. His new show is hilarious, Paddy McDonnell, and I was watching it the other night. This fella called Paddy McDonnell.
I
Do you know
also
him?
wanted to say who, but I thought it would be disrespectful to
And
your
his
brother.
new show is funny as fuck, and I was watching, and I hadn't seen this particular bit, and I was laughing my leg off at the back of the room. And afterward, I spoke to him about it, and I was like, "Do you know that is true? I'll not give it away." But he was talking about people with like designer pieces, designer timepieces, or whatever, and I was like, I just never saw the point in having them up our way because, like, if you whip out a fucking Louis Vuitton purse, people are just gonna go, get that off a lucky man. Tell him I said hi next time we were
Yeah.
around. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's. Do you know what I watched recently though? Only watched recently for the first time. Saltburn.
We haven't seen it.
I've seen the deck, and that's about all I'll probably
not
ever
seen
see. No, I've seen the dancing about, seen his knob, and I was like, that's the knob. So
Oh well, yeah. I mean, he's got a decent one on him,
It's-
like I must say.
oh come
It
on,
is
that's a
good one.
good cock.
In fairness, the only reason
Seen
we
bigger at the
haven't...
Devonish, but I mean...
I would have liked to have watched it, but the only reason we haven't is because I did this stupid thing of turning our like Amazon account into a business account for like multiple discounts for our wish list, and we lost our TV access to it. So, and I've never really
Use
done
mine.
it again.
I'll send you mine.
Oh, we would love that.
Stick that in your pipe
Can I
and
eat
smoke
another
it.
one of your sweeties?
Eat them all, babe.
I'm meant to be
Eat
off the
them
sugar.
all. Do it.
We've been slimming. I know. For anyone that wants to comment, sorry, this is not an ASMR experience.
Welcome to this episode of Murder. Do you know that actually, the Saltburn, whenever I watched, I did enjoy it, have to say. I was kind of expecting it to be
I'd love to
another
watch
fucking Black Swan where it was just a big pile of bollocks, but it actually was. I like her writing style, and I kind of think what it was saying, like I've been thinking about it. I watched it a week ago and I've been thinking about it, and that's how you know the sign of a good movie. And without giving anything away, I was like, it's more to do with what it says about the middle classes and their aspirations toward being moneyed in the landed gentry.
Oh, that's
You
what
know
it's
I mean?
about.
You know what? Yeah, to me.
So it's like an upper middle class sort of comment on that.
It's basically man goes with a Liverpool accent, goes to like Oxbridge University and meets all the howdy doodies.
Oh, love! I'd love to watch
Watch
that.
it. It's
Know
a
what
good
it
premise.
is? It's just very spurious.
It is.
Thank you.
Sean.
For anyone
Sean,
that's listening
I
for the
love
first
that you're
time,
there. You know what? I feel like getting you a wee sticker.
A wee
'cause
star?
Do you know what? I'm going to get fucking stars. I'm getting stickers.
Come on, get a star chart up on the back wall, like in everybody's
Yes.
name.
And for
Everybody
every
gets
time they use like the word in a sentence, that's you
give
get
them
a
out
star.
really generous. No, don't have any rules.
Yeah.
Give them out really generously, and then when you have just someone, when you have David Doherty Jeb on again, just give them none.
Yeah.
Absolutely zero
And
stars.
Like
know
zero.
that you can remove them anytime you want without any reason.
And you just reach
Yeah.
up and go, bye,
And
Kat."
really fuck with people's heads. I love
Yeah.
it. Like if they use a nice word, I'm going to go, oh, I like that word, yeah. And then if they say something that I don't particularly care for, I'll just be like, just take this back.
or just
You're not allowed nice things.
unpay them for absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, what was it? I
What
thought
did I do? They're going to be rewinding it.
The only rule
I
is
love
that you don't
two.
talk
You're
about
my
the
kind
rules.
of evil, like fucking level.
Yeah, it's sort of
Takes it.
yeah,
Social
it's
The
experiment.
rules are there are no rules.
Yeah.
social
That's it.
experiment.
It's life. But do you know, funnily enough, this leads. Speaking of Saltburn, it leads on to the dirty word
Okay.
Oh,
of the week.
I still can't believe you said that cock was decent.
See
I've
before
never.
You
See
haven't
before
seen
you do.
Curtis's.
We're fucked. Say we.
I'm spoiled, love. I'm spoiled.
You must be.
He
Holy
has a
shit.
good chunky monkey like he does.
See before you do your dirty word of the week.
When I say
learned-
decent, I actually mean brilliant. It's really good, actually. I'm an Irish woman. I'm afraid.
Big
to give
Dickney knows what to
anyone
do with it.
I'm afraid to see if it's excellent. I'll go, that's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Under
a job.
promise, over deliver.
Yes, that's it. That's my fucking mantra of life.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were
It's
you saying
true.
now?
No, we learned a new word this morning, and I thought you would enjoy it. So we were doing
I get way too
like a feedback call for people who were potentially going to be joining our greenhouse, and
By
we
the way, I
were.
want to join the greenhouse. So can I still
We'd
do
love
that?
to
Of
have you,
course, yes. My God, like
We'll consider your application.
in fairness, like we kind of assumed,
Yes,
you know.
I
like,
mean, I just like incorporated myself. I've been telling everybody. I'm
worry,
like,
we were already
did
there.
you see what Becky and Connor's doing? Oh, I can't wait to get down. Yeah, I'm going to be there. And we're here. We're queer. We're
here.
ready to party.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, here we were having a feedback call with some of the people who have done their expressions of interest form, which are still open. People can put their feedback in anytime, even if this is a couple of weeks after us recording. But we were talking about how the space is going to be like a safe space. It's going to be, no tolerance for, misogyny, homophobia, transphobia, ableism, racism, all the rest of it. And we learned a new word within that because somebody piped up and said, "Can you add a word on for me?" My first instinct in my hate being wrong thoughts is, what the fuck have I left out there? I thought that was all of the things.
Yeah.
Turns out, learned a new word. This person works with the Sex Workers Alliance of Ireland, and they said, "Can you also include whorephobia in it?" And we were like,
That's great.
"What?
Oh.
Isn't that amazing?" And it's basically we always talk about being sex positive and like hello, obviously.
Yeah.
But like
Let's do
it's a better way of putting that in amongst like transphobia and homophobia and misogyny and all the rest of it. Whorephobia.
So it's the fear of sex workers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So
And
do you
the-
get that? What is the crack with that? Like, I follow this girl on TikTok, and I found her on there, but I follow her on X and stuff now. When are they going to get over that and just rename it Twitter again? It's not working.
I
Stop
know.
trying to make X happen. It's not going to happen. Right? But she's called, what do you call it, Rebecca Goodwin. Have you ever heard of her?
Oh, yes.
She is so funny, and she has literally like made millions off of OnlyFans.
Is she from here?
She's from England, I want to say, sort of Midlandsy accent, maybe Manchester. But what she did then was, so she makes funny content. So at first I was like, yeah, she's really funny, and then I was actually like, I actually want to watch some of her porn because I kind of have a girl crush on her.
Yeah.
But then she did this thing where she made loads of money, and then she went and bought houses, and she was like, but she bought her own social housing to make like affordable living for people
Yes.
who are under, say, on the poverty line or on benefits, or she was
Living in
like,
hardship.
I'm sick of people buying up all these houses, like these landlords, and renting them out at extortionate prices.
Yeah.
I want to give people security so they know this is their house
Good
for
on her.
life, and that they're renting it at a really good, decent, like rent controlled rate, and that it's a good place for their kids to live in.
Totally.
And
Yeah.
it's like, look at this bitch.
Yeah.
This whore Putin, like, and the shit that she gets online from people. And the best about it is, a lot of it's men.
Yeah.
Like, women are like, thank God my husband watches you because, like, I don't have to fucking put out for him tonight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Like, a lot of women are building, and I love that feeling of, like, build this chick up. Like,
Yeah,
fair play to her.
totally.
She's got kids, she's doing her own thing, she's self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Fucking boom.
And with OnlyFans as well, it's completely safe. Do you know, it's like there's a thing that happens. We've probably talked about it on our podcast a couple of times. It's like there's certain things in society that will always exist. You know, people will always take drugs. They'll always drink. They'll always be sex work.
Yeah.
They're you know, it is like they talk about it being like the oldest profession. Do you know? But that's because it will never change and it will always exist. So at least what we can do is make it safe for people.
Yeah.
You know, and
kinda
things
wish
like
I got
OnlyFans
paid.
does.
I'm just joking.
But you know, like it makes like whenever you see things like that happen. We were watching First Dates the other day. Now I don't know how recent the episode was, but it must have been quite new because it was their new restaurant.
Yeah.
But it was just come up on YouTube, and one of the people who was on a date was a sex worker, and the guy that she had been paired up with just had like a really lovely normal reaction to it, which was like, oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know? And it's
I
just
love it.
like, that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
There's so many things like that. But yeah, so whorephobia. There you go.
Whorephobia. I love that
Yeah,
word.
I thought you would like that one.
I do. I'm going to be like, don't be so whorephobic. Stop it. Why are you afraid of me?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Steak and blowjob day should be every day.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not the steak. You'll end up with some sort of bowel cancer. But
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
you can suck dick till the end of your days.
Yeah.
you
And
know.
then have a
it
nice
doesn't
vegan
have to be a
sausage.
special day. And you know, you can get good cheekbones out of it, so I'm saying.
Yes.
Is that? Do you think that's true? Is that true?
I reckon it has to be. I mean, look at mine.
It's what people do. They do the so they do the thing where the boys will do that biting thing, or they'll get the things that you put in your mouth, and you it's like you crunch your jaw, you build your
massaging.
jaw up.
With stuff at the minute, people are doing all of these like
But of course, if you're sucking dick,
somatic massage.
I just think about, you remember whenever you used to be really blocked and the only cigarettes that you could get were Silcut? And you'd
oh
wake
yeah.
god,
You'd wake up the next
the holes
morning
in it.
with fucking high cheekbones, pull your ears back and puff like a donkey. I used to say, like, you know, trying, but yeah, high cheekbones.
I would never have I never really drank before, but I used to wake up with the best jawline in the world. I used to love the eyelids, you know, the sort of, you know, and you'd wake up and you couldn't feel your mouth and you'd bitten half your tongue off, but you'd look in the mirror and you'd be like, oh my god, like am I Kate Moss? You know,
Jawline like Quagmire from fucking
Yeah.
Family Guy.
very
Giggity,
that.
giggity.
A big overbite now.
Yeah. Walking away. Oh my god. Yes! The dirty word. So the dirty word is, I love this word.
Felching.
I think
Oh,
this-
come on.
I
We know
think
that one.
This word is very. I opened the book and was like, oh yeah. And I turned to Sean and was like, have we done felching before? And like, if anybody was to walk past here, they might think this was a different kind of studio.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
This is
I was like,
OnlyFans
yes,
studio.
the OnlyFans. I was like, have we done felching before? And
Definite
he's like,
revenue stream
no.
there, Sean, you know.
Yeah.
You've got the equipment.
Do you know what felching is?
No.
You
Oh,
tell
good,
us.
because
what
it is. It's
felching
quite a kind of a queer specific thing. So it's basically when you drop your load in someone's bum hole, and then you they push that load out into your mouth or over your penis, and then you use it for lube or to swallow it or to gargle it in your mouth or whatever. Some people are really into it. It's really like a thing.
Yeah.
But I think it must fall into the same region as the way that people are really into like piss and things. It's that same.
It's fetish.
Like
It's-
urophilia
it's-
of sorts.
It's fetishy, but it's also that same sort of like slightly, and like it's just it's people's fetishes. It's how they feel.
We don't kink shame.
Yeah.
We don't kink shame. But it's that thing where maybe someone wants to. Maybe that's the role that they want to play. Because they want to. Like, I really believe that a lot of men fuck other men because they really don't fucking like them. I think I fell into that
Yeah.
category for a long while. It was
Like a hate fuck.
yeah, like men who never treated me very well and bullied me or I had a terrible time with. I would for a long time now. I sort of have got over it because I've been able to do the work, but for a long time I would have specifically. I didn't know I was actively doing it, but I would specifically look for and form sexual relationships with men that were very like those boys. And I think actually,
Yeah, 'cause you're like, who's bullying me in school now? Do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
a lot of that sort of sexual, a lot of that sort of sexuality is focused around that. I think Felchin might be in that kind of region.
There's also, I think, as well, isn't there? Like some people like that humiliation as well, like to make a partner. Do you know what I
Totally.
mean? Like if you're, do you know the way there's the like people? I always said I would really love to be a dominatrix.
Oh,
You'd be
same.
so good at it as
Love
well.
to be a dominatrix. Just stand there in leathers with a whip and get some man to clean your floor with a fucking toothbrush.
Yeah.
Same.
I would love
Also,
that.
imagine getting your cleaning done and somebody
Yeah.
paying you to do it.
Exactly.
And all you had
You're
to do was
going,
stick
you
on some
left a
boots.
mark on my toilet, you
Yeah.
little cunt.
Yeah.
Can I just confirm, is my definition of felching the definition that you find?
Yes,
Because
well-
it might not actually be, it might just be mouth to mouth.
No,
No,
it's not.
we
Oh, it
need-
is that?
Do you
Okay,
want to know
great.
something?
I knew what it was as well.
The felching definition that I had found
Okay, go for it.
does it is the same thing, but I actually found the origin of it to be interesting because
Yeah.
it said felching, filaire, to suck, fell, animal hide, right?
Right.
Refers to either stuffing animals into the vagina or anus or to a partner sucking semen out of one of those orifices. So
Oh,
I
of
was
course, so it
like,
can come out of any hole.
yeah. So I was like,
Because mouth to mouth.
do you know animals? Because I didn't know about the animal aspect.
So are
me
the
neither.
animals like what animals are put inside of us?
Like little mice or something. There's a guy
can
that was
think
like,
about-
Like
with
Big Gay Al.
hamster.
Yeah, Big Gay Al in Southport.
South Park.
What does he do? Oh, does he like a hamster or something? Does
Yeah.
he put up a hamster up his butt?
Yeah, I think he does. I have very little boundaries when it comes to this stuff, but I don't want to talk about putting animals inside of us.
Yeah.
Really?
Not really.
There is an animal inside of me.
Yeah, that I'll go for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What were you
totally.
saying, Sean? What hamsters you shoved up your hole?
So when Bronagh said hate fuck, the first thing that I thought of was like, that'd be a perfect name for a death metal band.
It is.
Yeah.
Lo and
Yeah.
behold,
Is there?
hate fuck on Spotify.
Get away.
With their one song, Fuck the Future.
Yes.
Shit on the past.
Unfortunately, one monthly listener.
Oh, well, now they've got two.
And I take it it's not their ma. You know, it is. Hate fuck. You are the listener, aren't you?
I just send that into the family group chat. Like, I've got a wee gig this weekend. Band.
My nephew actually something similar. Kid, I love the way you're crying, laughing. My nephew was like, "Yeah, I'm in a band," and I was like, "Cool, awesome, rock on." You
What's
know?
it called?
It's called Cannibalized Seagulls,
Oh, I like
and
that.
I was like,
I
"Do
quite
you
like
have
that.
t-shirts?" So we ordered t-shirts, right? We were like, "We're going to be totally supportive. We're going to order these Cannibalized Seagull t-shirts, right?" And the guy like sent them, and they didn't look right on the background. And then Curtis was being really pernickety, you know, because the woman in the relationship, he was going like, "No, that's not going to look good on that background, and you need to do it this way." And the guy was like, "Please just take the t-shirts. They've been printed. Nobody else is going to buy them." But they arrived late for the gig, and Kurt was like, "They didn't come on time for the gig. I'm not sure he want to pay." I was like, "Just pay the man. Like, he's not going to be able to do anything with these cannibalized seagulls. You're going to see them in one of those things online. It's like found in a local charity shop. What the fuck?"
Kanye West is going to be wearing it.
Yeah.
Kanye West will be wearing it. But yeah, he said, and then Aoife, Our friend Andrew is a really talented musician. Now, I'm not saying that these kids aren't really talented musicians. The practice in here, funnily enough, it's probably the wee cunts that we've heard in the background a few times. But
Cunts.
I love calling people cunts.
Same.
My aunt, actually, we have a really cunt positive household, right? So, you know the way Americans think of like the word cunt as the most like unbelievably insulting word in the English language.
Whereas the Australians say it instead of and.
You're a fucking gay cunt.
I love it the day. He's a good old cunt, isn't he? And I like saying about people, not a bad old cunt. Do you know what I mean? Not a bad. But my aunt used to, I remember, I called somebody a cunt in front of my aunt before, and she went, Bronagh, never called someone that word. A cunt's a useful thing. They're useless. Call them a half a cunt. And I went, right, okay, that is a great. She went, cunt's a very useful thing. Never call some asshole that. They don't deserve that word, you know?
I had a wee angsty metal band name going on before Search Party.
What was it?
Called Deadache.
Daddy?
Like it's in headache with a D.
Wow.
Quite like that.
Wow.
Deadache.
Daddy.
I love Search Party though, and you have recently released your. Sorry, I feel like Sean's publicist when we do a podcast.
Yeah. And you've just gone over like
It's just
but
like
you-
over
a thousand
but you've
plays.
Keep it for the
recently-
child's christening.
Thank you. I'll stick it in my bra. So, but you have recently released your new
Paradise.
song called Paradise.
Didn't it
have,
just go over 1,000 plays on Spotify?
Yeah.
Did it?
So I think we're touching on 2.
Oh, two
Come on, let's see if
Oh,
we
yes,
can put it
very
over the
good.
edge.
Yes.
Yeah, Cannibalised Seagulls. You'll have to look out for them just in case they try and take
They're
over.
coming for our game.
Whenever,
I think I've
but do you know what?
heard
I
of
think you
Caramelized
should
Seagulls.
do a parody band, right? And call it Caramelized Seagulls.
The 5-star experience, the Michelin star experience. Like, they actually. So, our friend Andrew's a really talented musician. This man could fucking, I don't know, he could pick up any instrument and just play it. He's really, really good.
Are you going to do a
And
full story
he
now?
decided that he was going to take part. I'm sorry about this, Andrew. And it's Andrew Keys, not the other Andy, because we have 2 musician friends that are like that. But he's taking part in this Battle of the Bands.
Right.
And Aoife was like, oh, there's Andrew's name on the Battle of the Bands poster. Right next to fucking Cannibalised Seagulls. What the fuck? And I went, that's my nephew's band. I was like, it just doesn't seem right that poor Andy should be locked on a poster.
I am sure.
the
See, now that you
cannibalised
said
seagulls.
that, I'm fucking sure that I've heard of Cannibalised Seagulls. Maybe you told me about them before.
Maybe.
But
don't
I'm
know, I think you
sure.
remember.
No, I don't remember a lot of things, and I'm sure that I've heard of them before.
What's the crack? You always see the seagull walking about with like fucking, or a pigeon with like 1 foot. Like what's going on?
So,
with him?
do you want to know why that is?
I do.
So it's because pigeons and their skin collects a lot of the non-biodegradable debris that's around our world, like fishing wire and like plastic pieces and little bits of other bits that wrap.
It's our fault.
Yes, it's because of humans. It's because of
It's
humans.
my
and they,
fault that pigeon down in Castle Street has a stub.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Becky.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know that I have a random tangential mind because I started feeling guilty there and I was like, I don't like this feeling, so change the subject. But you have a phrase that you were going to tell us
I do.
that was, right?
Can't believe I made it.
Yes.
That's great. Keeping that, you know.
So I thought, seeing as we're doing a crossover episode, that I recently, my brain works in weird ways, and it has like, my brain, I think, is like basically a spreadsheet. And like I heard that word this morning and thought that it would be great to tell you. I've also, over the last maybe 2 months, heard 3 different phrases that we use in society, but as a society, we only use the first half of them. But whenever you hear the second half of them, it completely changes the meaning of the
nullifies
phrase.
it.
It actually changes the meaning to break it out into something else.
Is this,
Yeah.
have I been talking about this on this podcast? Have you?
Have I?
Don't give me
Dunno.
a phrase because I have some if they're different.
I think
then
you've told
would-
the fish one.
What fish one?
Oh, well, maybe you haven't.
So one of them is I've got 3, and what I thought I'll do is I'll share one with you here, and then if people are interested in it, then they can listen.
Can come
we'll
and
talk.
watch. Show some love.
Yeah, exactly. We'll
Which
do.
I will be a guest on.
Yes, exactly. So the first one was the first one that I heard, and that is Jack of all trades, master of none, right? And I heard that growing up, and I thought, oh, okay, because I always sort of felt myself as a bit of a jack of all trades, kind of pretty good at quite a few things, but there was no one thing like where I was like, oh, that's me. I know what my career is going to be. I'm really good at that one thing, or I'm really good at a sport, or I'm really good at art or something like that. But I'm not bad at a few things. Turns out that's not the full phrase.
What is the full phrase?
The full phrase is jack of all trades, master of none is still always better than a master of one. And it
Really?
totally blows up in the phrase.
Oh
and it
my
changes the meaning of
God.
it. And then I realised that now I would much rather work with somebody who could put their hand to most things, or who was like fairly even keeled in terms of, I can have a go at that and I can have a go at that.
Give me
It's
that
actually
again.
really-
Jack of all trades,
Jack of all
master
trades,
of one.
master of none is still always better than a master of one.
Oh my God. Yes, that's...
Isn't it?
Yes, that's like... I love that because I've been thinking recently, I don't know if I have mentioned it before, but like about phrases, like I knew exactly what you meant to whenever you texted it, because I was speaking to somebody about this the other day. You know the way people go, blood's thicker than water, blood's thicker than water. And if you were actually using that in context, when you say blood's thicker than water, you're saying, well, it's family. Family comes first. But the actual phrase from the Bible is the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb.
Oh.
So what you actually are saying is that the people that you meet in your life through Christ, or like through your are more should be prioritized more so than those who you shared the womb with. So it actually means
Oh my God.
I knew you would have something up your sleeve.
I was whenever you said that, I went, I wonder if it's that. Do you know what I mean? Because I was like, that means the opposite.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. Well, I have two more corkers like it.
Well, that we have left it on a cliffhanger because if you want to hear the other two that Becky has for you, then you're going to have to join us on next week's episode of Show Some Love. When the Show Some Love episode is out, because this is our crossover. So
It's called Show Some Love Live.
Show Some Love Live.
Sorry, Brody fucking pretends she watches. She has never fucking watched.
Show Some Love Live.
We are
But you do
contractually
live
obliged to
episodes
mention
as
her
well.
every time.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
And
unless
never
you want
actually
me to
seen
get-
it.
Unless you want me to get my beating stick.
she's never
Don't
sent us
get
a fucking...
Mama's pride, Steve.
I've been obsessed with these.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, do you know I'm
They're
going to
really
get you
gorgeous.
some Show Some Love Live ones?
Oh, we're going to be redoing our logo and coming back for a new season and changing stuff up. We're changing our location. We're changing our producer. So,
Only
it's
me
ve-
joke.
You owe me a turn, kid.
Yeah, we're doing all of that
You
by
got
changing our
it.
producer because we love our producer, Sean.
Yes.
Are you trying to finish? And I'm talking.
Is this what Becky says to you?
Only on steak and blowjob day.
Only on steak and
Yeah.
You're in for
we're
a good
vegan.
one.
Yeah.
Are you vegan?
No, we're vegetarian.
Oh,
Vegetarian
Well-
and also celiac.
No, recently I've been eating tuna.
Yes.
oh, have you?
And I've been
pescatarian.
eating what did I have the other day? And I really regretted it. Some sort of chickeny thing. What was it? But anyways, I went for, chicken tikka, like the dirty, stinking. I actually went in to find the corn stuff.
Yeah.
Couldn't find it. And I thought, no, I want that.
Sometimes you just
Because-
have to listen. to
Like it's been
your body.
years. I was veggie or vegan for like 10 years, and only since all the celiac stuff and realizing that I can't have wheat, it's just everything's doing my fucking head in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Very hard.
I need sustenance.
Yeah.
but even
Brussels
now it means we
lemon.
really appreciate things like stealing your sweets.
Yeah.
You have that, baby.
Bruna leaves
yes.
a load of sweets around this place.
I do.
Yes.
I am always chasing the dopamine. Like, so I'm sugar mad.
Sugar pusher.
Fucking sugar. I am like, hey, kid.
Well, at least it's not speed.
Yeah. Well, that's it. It could
Yeah.
be worse.
Or booze.
Totally.
You know,
Totally.
cup of sugar.
Those days are gone now.
Well, listen, thank you very
Thank
much for
you
having
so
us,
much
as
for-
always.
thank
We love
you
it.
so much
We love
for
you.
Crossing over with John Edwards. Do you remember that show years ago, actually? No. Crossing over with John Edwards. I used to love it. He's this big phony.
You have tried to sign off twice, and so have we. Just fucking finish the show.
This can just go on the Patreon.
Oh, of
Totally
course
fine.
you've got a. I forget you've got a Patreon.
But did you just not have that?
Back in the 90s when I was a girl, we didn't have the internet to figure out the world. There was no mobile phones that entertain you on the loop. So I read all the words on the back of the shampoo. Once I've memorized the products that you put in your hair, I discovered that the dictionary had so much in there. Saw my chance to advance the way that I talk shit. Just so when I cyber
put you now down fire here. Sorry, but you can get this. New segment called Queers Around the Corner, where I'm going to be answering all your questions that you have regarding... Guys, you're supposed to like jump.
Oh, sorry.
Just as he